Hey everyone, welcome back to another tutorial and thank you so much for stopping by. In today's tutorial we are going to learn how to crochet the star stitch. I hope you're going to enjoy this tutorial to the end. Please remember to give it a like, share and leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new here, click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that anytime we have a new upload you'll get notified. For the returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to support. Thank you for the likes and sweet comments. So let's get started. Okay, so in this tutorial I'm going to use a 4mm crochet hook and a medium weight yarn. This is Winter King, a Kenyan brand, and it's 100% acrylic. So to start, we're going to make a slip knot and make a foundation chain of an even number, and I'm going to make a total of 28. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Alright, so once you have your foundation chain, the next step, skip the first chain from the hook and insert your hook in the second chain. Grab yarn and pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook. Go into the next chain, grab a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. Go into the next, grab a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook. Into the next chain, grab a loop, and into the next chain, grab a loop. So we've worked in the first 5 chains and we have 6 loops on our hook. We're going to grab yarn and pull through all the 6 loops, then chain 1 to secure the loops, and we have created an eye at the center of these 6 loops right here. So this is the first cluster of our loops and it makes the first star. So in our next cluster we are going to start right here at the center of this eye. Insert your hook right there and grab a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook. Go through the front leg of our last loop. Insert your hook right there, grab a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. In the last chain, insert your hook. The last chain that we did, our last loop, insert your hook right there, grab a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook, and then we are going to work in the next 2 chains so that we have a total of 6 loops. So grab a loop, in the next chain, grab a loop. Once you have 6 loops on your hook, grab yarn and pull through all the 6 loops, then chain 1 to secure them. So when you are chaining this one, don't make it too tight so that your hook can go through it easily. So insert your hook right there and repeat the process. So we go through the front leg of our last loop right there, then grab yarn and into our last chain in the previous cluster of loops. Insert your hook right there and grab a loop. Then in the next 2 chains, insert your hook in each and grab a loop to make them 6 loops in total. 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then we grab yarn and pull through all 6 loops. So we are going to repeat this all the way to the end of this first row. So once you chain 1 to secure these loops, insert your hook in that eye. You can call it an eye or just the center space. Then grab a loop, go through the last leg, front leg, grab a loop, go through the last chain, grab a loop, and in the next 2 chains, grab a loop in each so that you have 6 loops on your hook. Then chain 1 and repeat the pattern all the way to the end. So you can see by the time I'm getting to this last chain here, we have 4 loops on our hook, so we need to add 2 more loops, and that is why we go through the next 2 stitches, or in this case the chain stitches. So once you have 6 loops on your hook, you grab yarn to pull through all the 6 loops and then chain 1 to secure them. And so far this is how the clusters look like, and we have the eyes or the centers right here, of which we are going to work in these eyes in the next row. So keep on working all the way to the end. Alright, so I'm working the last cluster right here, and I have 2 chains remaining, so we make the last 6 loops right there. Okay, so once you have 6 loops, grab yarn, pull through all, then chain 1, and in this last chain right here, we are going to make a half double crochet. So you yarn over, then insert your hook right there, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops. So that is how we complete our first row. And to make a star stitch, you need to have 2 rows. So we are going to make 2 rows, make a complete star stitch pattern. All right, so we've done 1 row. Now to the next row, chain 1 and turn your work. In this very first stitch, make 1 half double crochet, and in the next stitch, which is the eye or the center of the 6 cluster loops right here, this is when you turn your work, this is the eye. This is where we're going to work our half double crochet. Okay, so in this eye right here, yarn over and insert your hook, grab yarn, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, grab yarn and pull through. So we've done 2 stitches so far, and now the next center spaces or the cluster eyes, we are going to work 2 half double crochets in each. So it's only in the at the beginning of this row that we work 1 half double crochet in the first 2 stitches. Okay, so in the next we're going to make 2 half double crochet in each eye. So that is the first half double crochet and the second one in the same space, and we go to the next eye. You can see the reason why I told you that you should not make them too tight, so that you can be able to notice them easily. So we make 2 half double crochets in each all the way to the end. So the next one's right here, half double crochet, half double crochet, the next half double crochet. Okay, so I have one last cluster that I'm going to make 2 half double crochet right there, and then in this last stitch here, which was the chain 1 that we skipped, I'm going to insert my hook right there and make the last half double crochet. So chain 1, 2 and 3 to begin a new row. So once you chain 3, turn your work, and in the second chain, insert your hook right there, grab a loop. In the next, grab a loop. In the first stitch, insert your hook, grab a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook. In the next 2 stitches, a loop in each. So once you have 6 loops, grab yarn and pull through all the 6 loops, then chain 1, and you have just created an eye right here, and we're going to insert our hook there to start the next cluster. So we have 2 loops on our hook. Through the last front leg, grab a loop, and in this same stitch that we did our last loop, insert your hook right there and pull up a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook, 5 loops, and then 6 loops. You pull through all the 6 loops and then chain 1 and repeat the pattern all the way to the end. So in the next 2 stitches, we are going to grab a loop in each. So you can see that this stitch is very simple. Once you master the pattern, you enjoy working with it. It makes very nice sweaters and cardigans and blankets. So I'll definitely try one and share the pattern with you. So we're going to repeat this all the way to the end, and I'll meet you at the end to show you the next step. So it's good to always confirm how many loops you have on your hook so that you don't make less or more than 6 loops. Okay, so we are almost at the end of this row 3, and we are going to make the last cluster. So we start here at this center, grab a loop, and through the front leg of our last loop, insert your hook right there and grab a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, and right here and the last stitch that we worked, grab a loop, and then in the next 2 stitches a loop in each. Then once you have 6 loops on your hook, grab and pull through all the 6 loops and chain 1 and yarn over, go through this last stitch and make a half double crochet. Alright, so this is how we complete row 3. So when you're working these cluster loops, you'll realize that your work is curving inside, but when you work the row of half double crochets, it spreads out. So that is normal when making the star stitch. So chain 1 and turn your work. In this very first stitch, you're going to make 1 half double crochet, and in the first eye of the cluster loops or the center, we are going to make 1 half double crochet right there, and in the next eyes we are going to make 2 half double crochets in each until we get to the last one and make 1 half double crochet on top of the chain that we start with. So in the next eye right here, we are going to make 2 half double crochets in the same space, then going to the next 2 half double crochets and repeat this all the way to the end. And when you get to the last stitch, you chain 3 to begin the next row. So when making the row of half double crochets, we chain 1 to begin this row. When making the row of the cluster stitch loops, we chain 3. Alright, so I've done several rows. I'm just completing this one. I'll be doing the last 2 half double crochets, and in the last stitch, which is the chain stitch, I'm going to insert my hook right there and grab yarn. So I have 3 loops on my hook. Instead of completing this half double crochet, I'll grab the other color, make a slip knot, and insert my hook in that loop, then pull through all the 3 loops and chain 3. So just to secure this so that it doesn't undo. Okay, so once you have 3 loops, go through the second, 3 chains, sorry, go into the second and make a loop, and then in the next chain a loop, and through the first 3 stitches a loop in each until you have 6 loops on your hook. Then grab yarn, pull through all 6, then chain 1, and in this center right here make a loop, and then through the first the last front leg and through the last stitch and in the next 2 stitches. So you're just pulling loops, and once we have 6 loops on our hook, we grab yarn and pull through. So basically that is how you change color when working with the star stitch. Okay, so, and we've said that a star stitch pattern is completed with 2 rows, a row of the 6 loops clusters, and a row of half double crochets. Okay, on this row of half double crochets you can use single crochets or half double crochets. Okay, so this is how the wrong side looks like, and this is the right side. Very, very beautiful and neat. I love how this stitch looks, and I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial up to this point. Please remember to give it a thumbs up, share, and leave a comment in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe so that we can get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.